We've told you how the late Bill May started his guitar making business, how it expanded and now employs dozens of dedicated workers. And this is where Andy Allen is free to spread the wings of his creativity and make truly unique guitars.
I started at the bottom of the heap and I learned bodybuilding trade first and spent a lot of years mastering that side of the guitar before I moved across to the assembly section. Learned to fit a dovetail joint, learned my fretting skills, all that sort of thing. So I've currently got my initials in about 14,000 odd Maton guitars now. Ronnie Smilie was a mentor of mine and taught me a lot of stuff, just like what glues will take with what timbers and what timbers don't go good together, and just little tips on maybe sharpening tools or getting a nice edge on your scraper blade, those sort of things that take a long while to learn, but if you've got an old master who can pass them on to you, it just makes light work of things. So I was fortunate enough to still know some of the older guys who had been here for 30 somewhat years.
The custom shop is a new and important step for Maton Guitars. Andy was already a master on the factory floor and had proved he could make distinctively unique guitars. His greatest desire was to make more.
Basically just kept hounding Neville and Linda to give me a go at getting the custom shop, and eventually we got to a stage at Maton's history where we thought it was a viable thing. And I believe it was to do with the 60th anniversary and everything. We thought it's about time we celebrate that by opening maybe a custom shop, which is the way it was once before. Maton was one big custom shop.
For Andy, this was his dream fulfilled.
So I never thought I would work in my life outside of playing in rock and roll bands, but to do this is an absolute honour. And to look around myself every day and look at the guitars all around me, it's Disneyland for guitarists.
You can understand why Andy thinks he's a lucky man. He has complete freedom to make guitars right from the very beginning, even selecting his own timbers, where in the wood grain he can visualise an unborn guitar.
The custom guitar is a guitar built by myself, basically from the ground up. So I do everything from selecting the timbers to making the fancy bindings, shaping the bracing. I have the luxury to be able to spend a little bit more time than a production guitar would normally get. I can also use my creative license to come up with a lot of designs, pearl work and stuff in the fingerboard that whatever comes into my head, I go and speak to the computer guys and we sort of come up with an idea together and bring it to reality. I believe I can do any guitar that anybody wants, and we've done a lot of different crazy things, from flying V acoustics, twin neck acoustics, we've tried all sorts of timber, all different combinations of timber. This custom shop also doubles as an R&D area, so if we want to experiment trying particular timbers out or something, we can go ahead and try that.
Here's an example of the new directions Andy is taking the Maton custom shop.
This guitar here is all rosewood, so it basically is rosewood back and sides. Now rosewood is the #1 tone wood in guitar building. I just wanted to know how the top would sound being rosewood as well. A lot of people say you can't do this or it's breaking the rules or whatever. We like to break the rules a little bit. I can get a very, very sweet sound out of the rosewood. It's actually been quite successful.
The custom shop offers a rare opportunity for guitar lovers who want to own a top quality instrument to have a say in its design with the man who will make it for them. Even the great Tommy Emmanuel calls into the custom shop to discuss Andy's latest guitars.
Tommy has no preference normally to wanting a custom shop guitar as such. He's just quite happy to play any Maton off the floor. He feels that they stand up to the test.
On this visit, Tommy and Andy together began creating something really special.
That looks very nice. You have the Southern Cross. Yep.
The actual guitar probably had about 50 hours of work involved in it. It was quite a challenge. I have built Tommy's guitars over the years, and I do know what it is he's looking for. The guitar that we made him had the rosewood neck and the rosewood back and sides. It was a little bit different to what Tommy would normally use. He would generally use a guitar just straight off the production line, but this was actually a gift to Tommy for his 50th birthday, and we wanted to make him something just a little bit more special.
Like the fretboard shell inlays, the Southern Cross and the letters CGP, Certified Guitar Player, a title created and bestowed on Tommy and only a handful of others by the late and legendary Chet Atkins. Before Tommy's birthday present was packed and shipped off to his Nashville address, teenage guitarist Kieran Murphy tried it out, and the guitar did not disappoint.
It's a lovely guitar. The rosewood has a very sweet sound. The rosewood neck seems to bring a lot of the high end out of the guitar, which has been quite a nice thing. And I was actually lucky enough to have Tommy Emmanuel ring my house personally the other night and play the guitar down the phone line to me, so that was quite a special honour. They are definitely like my children. I do treat each one as though it's part of me. Whatever guitar I might be working on at the time is my favourite guitar of the time, and I basically look at them like children that I bring up, I rear, I send out into the big wide world, and I really like to meet their foster parents.